Alright, fuck it. Fuck it. I wasn't gonna do this. I really wasn't. Please believe me, I wasn't gonna do this. But I I can't sit here and listen to it anymore. Welcome, everybody, back to the pews. I am your pastor preacher. And today, first and foremost, I will be giving you a gift. The gift of context. Context is always a gift. My context with Final Fantasy is that I've been a fan for 20 years. I have played every mainline entry. So I have Final Fantasy's context, first-hand context from experience. Now, in a series this long, what I don't want to say, what I don't want to insinuate, what I don't believe is that you have to play every entry or a majority of entries, or you don't have to, especially in an anthology series like Final Fantasy, you don't have to experience every piece of the anthology to have an opinion. I don't want to insinuate that, I don't believe that. But at the same time, I tried to ignore the discourse around Final Fantasy 16 because Final Fantasy is special to me. There's a couple series that I just don't care, and I don't care what people think about 16, right? And even the people criticizing it, to their credit, are telling you not to care about what they think. And you shouldn't. But the reason you shouldn't is because it seems, at least on the surface and even digging deeper, that these people do not care about, do not like Final Fantasy, or worst case scenario, haven't even played it. There are a lot of people who are jumping in at 16 and regurgitating a false complaint that this game somehow abandoned its legacy, its RPG legacy, that it's clearly been in all these other Final Fantasy games that you haven't played, that you don't know anything about. You know what I mean? You don't know your materia from your sphere grid. You know what I mean? Like, and again, I'm not saying that you need to have this knowledge to make these like, to make an opinion, right? But to have that opinion, you do. You know what I mean? There are certain things that you don't just get to be like, oh, well, that's my opinion, man. You know what I mean? No, you're wrong. You know what I mean? I'm hearing so much like that, and the eagle-eyed of my beautiful viewers will, my beautiful winged viewers will notice that the thumbnail today is a little spicy. It's a little bit spicy, and that's not what I won't be doing here. Is necessarily reacting to SkillUp's video alone, right? I'm fighting the idea that SkillUp legitimized in this conversation, right? Because whatever you think about the man, he has a voice in the gaming discourse. He has a voice in the gaming industry that's especially boomed over the last year and a half since he abandoned the legacy of his brother. But yeah, he did not like, for whatever reason, Final Fantasy 16. He did not like the direction that they took it. And he cites missing. I haven't actually watched through his video in particular because for one, in fear of spoilers, I shouldn't be watching any of these videos, but I want to watch his when I have a full breath of what this game is, because even though I disagree with his opinion, I believe it's his opinion. He's earned my respect over the years, so I will contend with that. And I'm not saying that people who regurgitate his opinion aren't giving their full opinion, but I do wonder their legitimacy in it. You know what I mean? And I wonder Ralph's SkillUp's legitimacy in it, right? I know he's played 14, but which Final Fantasies have you played? You know what I mean? And maybe he answers that in the videos, but from the people who I've seen regurgitate his opinion, I've on a couple of them I've pushed back, and a couple of them will state themselves that they haven't played many Final Fantasies and then continue on to complain about some lost legacy like it's a fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I don't understand where people find this the gall at. I guess this is more of a reaction to that than anything. I more than that even, I would like to know if you know what RPG mechanics they have abandoned here that aren't in Final Fantasy 16 in any way. Because again, this is an evolution of Final Fantasy. This is as each entry should be, as each entry is. You know what I mean? If you're looking at turn-based to tie everything together, you know, the materia system is a completely different game from the junction system. So that's a very thin through line to me. But if that's the only line, if that's the only divider that you have for it, everything else is here. This is quintessential Final Fantasy. It's almost formulaic, and not in a bad way though. In a way that you wait generations for, because you know that Final Fantasy is coming with that good shit. This is a 10 out of 10 experience. This game, I have so much to say about it, but I don't want to get into my impressions of it quite yet, or my deeper impressions of it quite yet. I want to let it evolve. I'm savoring it. It's so amazing every moment, but I failed to keep myself away from the discourse, so I might as well say something about it. I might as well not leave it to a bunch of people who don't care about Final Fantasy, don't know nothing about Final Fantasy, talking about Final Fantasy. At least have an informed opinion. You know what I mean? At least have an informed opinion out there from a long-time player who has played every mainline game. Final Fantasy 16 is every inch Final Fantasy that the greats are. I'm talking 7. I'm talking 9. I'm talking 12. I'm talking 14. You know what I mean? I'm talking greatness. Real greatness. 6. I'm talking 4. I'm talking it stands amongst them, truly. I don't say that lightly. I didn't come into 16 expecting nothing but greatness, and it exceeded those expectations. So I don't understand as that, and that's somebody who had 20 years of build up for this shit, who would not have accepted failure. So I don't understand where these Johnny come lately criticisms come from, but you're entitled to them all the same. Thank you. And I will catch you back here on the Pews.